Morning, Nigerians. Welcome to another exciting episode of Voting LP on Obidati Family TV. I am Jamie De Joy Origomise, and with me is Ibe Shooks.
Good morning, Joy.
Good
How
morning.
are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fine. Good to have you again. You weren't here yesterday.
Something came up.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm good. Well, we're not alone. We have Mr. Wambeze all the way from Lagos. He will be joining us live. But before then, let's sensitize our voters on how to vote on the day of election. That's one thing we cannot stop doing all the time. And like we said, that on the day of election, you will not be seeing the face of Peter Obi on your ballot paper. You will not see the face of Dati Baba Ahmed, his running mate, on your ballot paper. What you see on the day of election is the party logo written beside it, LP, on your ballot paper. That's what you see on the day of election. We'll go over again. On the day of election, you will not see the face of Peter Obi. Of course, we all know that he is the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, but you won't be seeing his face on your ballot paper. What you see on the day of election is the party logo written beside it, LP. And another thing we must know is how to cast our vote on the day of election. It's a good thing that our principal, the person of Peter B, made a video illustrating how to cast a vote on the day of election. You are advised to cast your vote with your index finger horizontally on your ballot paper and not vertically. This because in order for it not to exceed the space within the box is bigger, but we don't know what it will look like on the day of election. So you are advised to cast your vote with your index finger on your ballot paper horizontally and not vertically. Another thing we must know is how to fold a ballot paper after casting our vote, after printing on the ballot paper, how to fold it. You are advised to fold vertically and not horizontally. Reason because in order to avoid double voting on your ballot paper, which is definitely known to be an invalid vote, and that's one thing we are fighting against, because one thing is to vote and another thing is to vote wisely. You are advised to fold your ballot paper vertically after printing on it on the election day and not horizontally, in order to avoid invalid votes. Thank you guys for joining us. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much, Joy, for that quite very elaborate
Thank you.
explanation on how to go about voting on that day, on the day of election. We have barely 19 days to the election.
Wow.
19 days and some hours to the election.
Exactly.
And that is barely 2 weeks and some days. Or let's call it 3 weeks at most, to the election. And I think this information is what the eligible voter out there needs to have when it comes to the election, especially how to thumbprint on the ballot paper to make sure that we don't get invalid votes,
exactly,
like you rightly pointed out. And of course, we also need to get familiar with the party to vote, the Labour Party, and their logo. And I think by now, it's supposed to be something very familiar with everybody that is eligible to participate in this election, that Labour Party is the party to vote. And of course, how do you identify their logo, which is you have the unique Mama, Papa and Pekin inside the logo, inside the white wheel. And of course, you have their very two unique colors, which is the
red and the green.
I would say that the red in the logo represents transformation, while the green stands for agriculture. And you're looking at a party that the logo captures everything about national development and human empowerment. You have the wheel standing for work and industry, and of course you have the colors standing for transformation and agriculture, and of course you have the human being inside it. I think for once we have a party logo, like I said, that captures the interest of the human beings in it. We've been used to the umbrella and the broom, and these are what you might call inanimate objects, if you ask me.
Exactly.
Yes, they are just objects, and we know how that went with us as a country.
It wasn't good at all.
It wasn't good, of course. So now we have Labour Party as a party to vote for in this election, and we have their logo telling us the plan that the party has for this country. And of course, they are very unique, if not the only credible candidates in this election, which is the Labour Party presidential candidate in the person of Peter Obi. And we can't wait for 25th for us to go and get back this country, own back this country, Nigeria, like our own. I mean, till now, it seems like it's very difficult for you to identify yourself as a Nigerian.
Exactly.
I mean, if you go abroad, people are hiding their identity. People are not proud to bear
Nigerians
identity.
are hiding their identity. They are not proud of it. I don't know why.
I'm telling you. So because once you make mention of Nigeria, the next thing that comes to the person, to the foreigner out there is, okay, the corrupt country, the country that is lavishing in poverty with their oil and all. And of course, we have a guest joining us on the show today. We have Mr. Chukwuma Nwabeze. He will be joining us via Zoom to discuss further on the forthcoming election and, of course, what to expect. Chukwuma Nwabeze is a seasoned research and data analyst, and he will be joining us via Zoom to discuss issues pertaining to the forthcoming general election, which will be taking place 25th of this month. All right, Joy, let's talk about the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and the hope he brings.
Exactly.
I think, like I used to say, for once, it is very easy to choose, right?
Very easy. It is crystal clear. Like
crystal clear.
You don't. There's nothing standing against it. There's nothing second to it. You get it. We don't have. You can't pick any other person. It is crystal clear that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party is the only credible leader, the only credible person that can stand for Nigeria this time around. Of course, we all know. Yesterday, I saw a video of Tinubu's daughter. He was speaking. She was like, if you're thinking of going back to the old Kaaba, then you are deceiving yourself. Exactly. Wow. If you're not choosing Peter Obi this time around, I don't know what to say to you.
I mean, coming from Tinubu's daughter, that means a lot, talking about going back to the old Kaaba. Of course, I'm sure he's aware of his father's status quo in society.
Exactly.
And, the identity that he bears. So if she actually made that comment, I think that goes a long way to tell you that people are willing to take back this country.
Exactly.
People not just I've seen people in the corridors of power, even within the current administration, making statements that seems to suggest that they might not really be in favor of the current status quo, of the current situation of things, and they want positive change, like we all do. And I think it's a good thing to emulate that. People are beginning to live above tribalism and religious affiliation to actually want to take back this country, Nigeria. And we'll go on a very short break, and then we'll come back, and hopefully our guest, Mr. Chukwuma Nwabeze, will be joining us via Zoom to discuss the forthcoming election and its potential and what to expect. Stick around.
Hello, this is my message to the Nigerian youths. I am glad that we have this great opportunity to discuss about the future of this country, Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us. But to the youths, most especially, I am super proud of what the youths have done, the realization that indeed the power lies with the youth. Indeed, successive governments and leadership have failed the youths. They've dismissed their capacity, the creativity, innovation. And this is why we are where we were. I am here to speak to you that not only am I proud of you, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is super proud of you. We are proud of the movement you're leading and all the sacrifices being made for a better Nigeria. I can tell you, Peter Obi means well for Nigerian youths. He will run a youth-inclusive government and purposeful leadership that will usher in a new dawn for generations to come. Job issues, unemployment, and indeed all the other hazards that we face as a younger generation, I believe will be a thing of the past, at least reduced significantly. I'm here to remind you that we are the last lap of this race when we all need to come to the consciousness that the effort we're going to put in the next coming weeks can change our trajectory completely and positively. So I want to urge you, do what you can to keep on the fight until a better Nigeria is achieved. You need to make sure that you realize again that you actually the one running for presidency, just using Peter Obi and Dati Baba Ahmed as symbol. We are coming for a better Nigeria. This is time to vote for Labour Party. The logo is Papa, Mama, Pikin, or LP. On that day, come out in mass, show your energy, show your creativity, do everything you need to do.
All right, welcome back. This is still Obidati Family TV right here. And of course, my name is still Ibe Chooks, and I've got Joy.
Welcome, guys.
All right. So we'll have our guest live on Zoom now. He'll be joining us. So we're going to have our discussion and talk about the forthcoming election. Of course, I have Mr. Nwabweze Chukwuma, a very seasoned research and data analyst, joining us from Lagos this morning. Mr. Nwabweze, good morning. Good to have you on the show. Yeah, how's Lagos this morning?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm a
Yes,
bit
I
struggling
can.
with network.
Okay, a quick one. Let me ask you, how is Lagos? How's the feeling? How's the environment there? How's the weather with regards to this forthcoming election? What is the feeling, the enthusiasm? Do you feel like Lagosians are actually excited about the forthcoming election? And what is the general perspective with regards to that?
Well, the major thing now is the fuel and lack of currency to people. So people access to currency. So hopefully it's true that people are frustrated with the present government because people that trade can't trade, people that go to work can't go to work. Even some of the offices have asked their people to stay at home so you don't lose productivity while trying to struggle to come to the office. So people are down, not excited with anything that is, but we know the human nature. We are quite hopeful that it will translate to the election victory, but we can't just give that or we just have to draw our own base, try to convince people, try to mobilize our people to come out. But as it stands, people are not excited with the present government. And the only pointer is that they can embrace us with the present situation.
Okay, well, again, you're in Lagos, of course, and you're a very good data and research analyst, and I'm sure you're looking at the numbers. What do you have to say? What's your opinion with regards to the election, of course? I mean, the performance of the parties. We're having from supporters that the Labour Party and its presidential candidate might actually pull off a surprise in Lagos, where you have a dominant southeastern living there, and of course the south west also. But this is a very strong political position. When I'm looking at the APC, but there are strong feelings that there might be surprises, especially with the Labour Party involved in Lagos State. What's your opinion about it?
Yeah, so quite interesting from your end. Yeah, it shows that there's hope for Labour Party, not just because of the dominant nature of a section of the country in Lagos, but Lagos is cosmopolitan. It's got people across board. Lagos have got a lot of people. Lagos have got this poverty stricken state currently, and got opportunity enlightened masses as well. So people, the dominant nature of looking beyond the prism of religion and ethnicity might not play so much in Lagos. Yeah, we can't rule that out. It affects politics, but they are elected ones, and the brighter hope for Labour Party is the enthusiasm from youth. So we will see first time voters come en mass to vote this time. First time voters, and this will do the trick because many persons just come out get their PVCs in Lagos, maybe just for KYC, just to have the voters card for any information, just like bank or any means of identification. But the rhythm is changing. It's not the business as usual. I guess let me use the lingua terms. We don't see shaggy. So people are all out trying to come and get their vote, especially the youth. And the youth constitute a large number of new entrants. And so the rhythm is quite different. We can't say this is how it's going to go. It's not the business as usual. Yeah, there's a voting block already. There's a particular area I can vouch to an extent that Labour Party will sweep that particular axis. And there are areas I know the opposition will sweep, that the current ruling party in Lagos will sweep. However, there are areas like Lagos mainland, Lagos Island, it's your local government where okay, people are enlightened. Those axes, maybe because of youth population, students and all. So you can give those areas that they can swing anywhere. because of their level of enlightenment. So it's open to all. It's open to let's say the Labour Party and the APC. And yeah, we've got a good fight here.
Well, that's nice. I like the way that you put it, that Lagos State is an open ground, you know. Any party can come in. We don't really have a dominant, though we might seem to have a favorable party, but we don't really have a dominant party so far when it comes to Lagos State. And Labour Party stands a good chance, you know, in this forthcoming election in Lagos State. All right. Lastly, Mr. Mwabeze, I want to put you, let's assume you are the INEC chairman, you know. What would be your message to Nigerians with regards to this forthcoming election? And also, let's also narrow it down to voting in the right person into the presidency, especially. What would be your message as someone, let's say as a research and data analyst, or someone that has a say? What would be your message to Nigerians with this election and when it comes to voting in credible leaders?
Yeah, the first thing is for us to come out as a mass. Me as an INEC, we appeal to people to come out and vote. Because if you don't vote, it makes it easier for the system to get rigged. But the more you come out, difficult it becomes for the bad actors to try to do their usual. So people should try and come out to vote in mass. We've got about 7 million registered voters in Lagos. In the last election, about 5 million here. So, but Lagos result don't exceed 2 million. It doesn't. So we believe this time with the kind of sensitization, with the awareness and the drive from the protest 3 years ago, let's say almost 3 years ago, to the obvious consciousness by the youth and other players about the policy. Many people will come out and vote, and it's going to catapult around the nation because the feeling is everywhere that there's a new sheriff in town and things need to change. So people should come out and vote for Labour Party future.
Yeah, I like the way you ended it. Vote for our future.
Yeah.
Okay, Joy has a question for you. Joy.
Yeah, quickly, Mr. Wambuze. Thank you once again for joining. I want to get your opinion on vote buying. Of course, we all know what's going on, what the recent happening in the country, and we are all victim. You get it. Now, I want to know, do you think that with the recent happening, the present administration of the country, do you think that citizens are still going to sell their votes?
Well, it's almost a given. So when you induce people, you can't say people not to collect it. So people might receive those inducements, but that's where we have to test the credibility of sensitization. How has it worked? You know, how sincere are our people as well. But saying they won't be vote buying, it's almost like we are not being true to ourselves. So there will be such move by politicians. Yeah, politicians are desperate. So any available move they take it. So we as well are also desperate as humans. We care for ourselves before we even care for communal interest. So people at that particular level with that kind of enlightenment to see it as make I take my own share be this. So but with the level of sensitization, with what has happened in 2 elections, you say your votes, you see shiggy. So I won't believe that the level of vote buying will be the same as the previous. Like the level of embracement will be the same, but all and good is for Labour Party and other parties to fight against that and also work actively against the against the orientation of vote buying and how just like Obi said, collect their money. You can't tell them not to collect the money, but vote for me. So,
all right, thank you so much, Mr. Mwabeze. You ended in I love the phrase, if you sell your votes, you see Shege. And not just saying Shege, you see Shege for the next 4 years, if not
8 years.
8 years.
Exactly.
It has been a pleasure having you, of course, on the show. Again, Mr. Mwabeze Chukwuma, a very seasoned research and data analyst, and it's always good to have this very constructive and enlightening conversation with you. We're looking forward to having you again on the show in our subsequent shows, of course. Thank you so much for making our time to join us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and I look forward to joining as well.
All right. Do have a great day.
You too. Yeah, bye.
All right. All right, guys, this is still Obidati Family TV, and of course, I'm still Ibe Chicks, and I'm still here with my colleague.
Joy. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Joy, you asked a very important question, and I like that question that you asked about vote buying.
Yeah.
And I like the way Mr. Mabeze handled that, and the fact that politicians will try to, of course, sway people with money on the day of election.
Exactly.
And of course, they're looking at the current situation of the country. So I'm thinking they might want to tap into that and harness that.
Yeah.
But if you sell your votes,
you will see shame.
You will see shege. That's just the word. I think that should be a slogan. If you sell your votes, you will see shege. Shege for 4 years,
if not 8 years.
if not 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the current policy by the CBN of a cashless policy might also help. I think now it's very difficult for politicians to move around raw cash in very large quantities.
Yeah.
So there's going to be issue with politicians that want to buy votes to actually do that. Unless they're doing transfers and pulling unit, to be doing transfers.
That would be very difficult.
Very difficult. That's true. So let's just hope that all these measures that are currently in place will actually help us to achieve a very credible, free, and fair election. What do you think?
Of course, yes. I pray so. Yeah.
So we're looking forward to, making it very impossible for politicians to buy votes on the day of the election. And of course, if they can't do that, that means Nigerians' will be done when it comes to electing people that we want to.
In fact, I think with the present administration, with the things that is happening right now in the country, scarcity of fuel, we find it difficult to withdraw your own money from the bank. It's not as if you don't have it. This time around, we have the money, but you can't. You don't have access to it. I don't think anybody will want to go over this system of government again. Definitely, I know. Say by now, we don't advise ourselves. Yes, we don't advise ourselves. Say we don't need to go over this again. We need a new Nigeria, and the only person that can give us that new Nigeria we're looking for is Peter Obi. Exactly.
Yeah. And there is call for us to become. I saw a tweet from His Excellency Peter Obi yesterday on his Twitter handle, calling on Nigerians to exercise patience, especially when it comes to the new Naira notes to resign. So, him pointing out that most times this can be an economic measure, but it will come with slight impact. But let's all be hopeful and be patient with the CBN and of course the current administration, praying that things will get better with time. All right, we're going to go on a very short break. Then when we'll come back, we're going to talk a little and then wrap up the show. Don't forget, this is still Obidati Family TV, and you can still join us if you want to. You can be part of what we're doing here in the studio. You can come and, have a conversation with you. If you're mobilizing, if you're a grassroots mobilizer, you're doing anything to support the movement, we want to know what you're doing. If you have videos of what you've done, of course, we'll have people from the Labour Party hierarchy watching, very much aware that we are doing this. So you can go ahead and contact us on our social media platform, which I'm sure you'll be seeing on your screen by now. And, of course, we'll have our WhatsApp number that you can also reach us on. Still, that will be shown on your screen. And we'll make an arrangement of how you can come here or join us via Zoom to discuss what you are doing. And please, we also plead that you go ahead and share the content, subscribe to our channels on YouTube, like our Facebook page. And of course, we are live on TikTok. And also, we are on Twitter as well, Obidati Family TV. And it will be a pleasure to identify with you. So all right, we'll go on a short break. When we'll come back and then we'll be heading to the finish line. Stick around.
Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa,
20 days, 90 days, so please do not vote religion, do not vote ethnicity, do not vote because my father said I should vote, do not vote because this is my godfather. Vote wisely, vote your conscience, vote a better Nigeria, vote a possible Nigeria. We're all clamoring for it, and don't miss it this time around.
That's the message. I think that's the message. Vote your conscience, don't vote tribe or ethnicity or, of course, religion. On that note, it's been a pleasure doing this with you again today. We'll be here tomorrow again to also, do this again. I enjoy.
Exactly.
We'll be here tomorrow. here to also discuss the forthcoming election and our anticipations and, of course, the hope that it holds for a possible Nigeria.
Yeah.
Until then, I am Joy.
Call it a day.
We'll call it a day, and we're wishing you a very productive week. Bye.